there.
Hey, bioers. Whoop, 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 whoop. So good to see you all, for all my friends and teammates. I am super excited. I think I've asked Nina maybe 4 or 5 times to see if she could lead this, and I think it's just a terrible time for her. And actually, now that it's 5, it's better. But finally, now that she's Pro 5, she had to say yes. So I'm super excited to hear what she has to say. And I just wanted to kind of go back a little bit, and I kind of share kind of my perspective of that. And I know you guys have all heard this before, but the reason why I say it is because we just never know where anyone's at. And I don't even think that people know where they're at. And Nina is the perfect example. Like, she didn't think she would. She was looking for anything, and I hardly knew her, and I just got her phone number from somebody else. And I invited her to a meeting, and she came, and it just, we know what happened since. And I'm so grateful, Nina, who said yes. And I think I thought about how I was going to introduce you. And obviously, we know that you're just an amazing, strong, confident person and leader and business partner. You basically are the epitome of, you do what you say you're going to do, and you're very accountable for that. And I think you have followed the system to even scary for us in the when someone themselves. Anyway, when you first joined, we said, do you want to do a meeting at your house? And you said, I don't know, I don't think so. But you did it, right? And we said third-party validation, and you had invited me to meet with a couple people. And even I was nervous because I was still new at doing that. So I was like, oh gosh, now I need to step up. But you did it. You did the third-party validation. I said, do you want to share a room at one of, just joined at a convention in the mainland, and you literally, I think you bought your plane ticket an hour later. So you do what you say you're going to do, you commit, and you've done it. And I know we all want to hear how you do it. How are you doing it? So Nina, you're so awesome. Thank you for saying yes. I'm so grateful, and have at it.
Ah! Thank you, Kristen. Oh my gosh, that's just, thank you for all those kind words. Thank you so much, and thank you for inviting me and getting out of your comfort zone and just going for it. And thank you for sharing this with me. And like I always say, it's the funnest job ever. And I just want to thank you for your leadership. You're such a great leader and mentor, and just thank you for your love and your friendship. So thank you so much. Okay, so I think everybody on this call knows me. I'm Nina, and I'm a mother of 3. And like Kristen said, I never thought I would ever do this type of business ever in my life. And now here I am, a little over a year later, and a Pro 5. And I really didn't think that was gonna be possible. I didn't think that big in the beginning. At first, I was just like, oh, cool, if I just, pay for my products, or, you just make these little small goals for yourself, and things just start happening when you follow the system. And that's kind of what I committed myself to doing. Is I said, okay, if I'm gonna do this thing that I don't know what I'm doing, I'm gonna just follow the leaders, because that's what they say to do, and that's all I did. That's really, really all I did. There's no super secret about it all. So when Kristen and Katie asked me to do this call, I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna say? Like, right? What do you say on these calls that's gonna, inspire somebody or give them a little nugget or something that they haven't already heard? And I had to think. I was like, oh my gosh, what is that? What was maybe a couple of these defining moments or aha moments in the beginning when I first started. And I wrote them down kind of all over in this mess because I'm like ADD and last minute like that. And I was busy today. So, but bear with me. I have it down somewhere over here. So I narrowed it down to 3 main things. And the first thing is mindset. That's the most important thing. Before you start talking to people, I feel like you really need to have a conversation with yourself and get yourself pumped up to do this, you know, before you start calling people, before you start texting, you know, do a little self-talk and get yourself in the zone before you go and do it and feel what is right, you know, maybe just kind of pause before saying things or texting things, but absolutely text and invite and invite and invite and invite. Like that's huge. You know, you can't stop inviting and talking, but the biggest thing is mindset. And I didn't get that really until later, you know, after going to the events and things and how important that really is. Oh, my phone is falling. But so I was going to share my screen with you guys, but since I don't know how to do technology, sorry, I'll just tell you. There's 2 books that I love and I tell everybody to get. It's The 4 Agreements. What is his name? By Don Miguel Ruiz. Buy it now. Put it in your cart in Amazon. I'll wait for you guys. Like buy it now. Seriously, buy it now. It's like $6 or $7 or something like that. It changed my life. It changed how I think, and it really set my mindset and gave me a good, strong foundation for this business. And I didn't even read it for this business. I just read it because I saw somebody post it on Instagram and they said, they put whatever quote in there. I was like, whoa, that's cool. I need to read that book, you know? And little did I know that it was going to help me so much in this business. And the reason is because it just really prepares you and your mind for some of the stuff that we go through in this business, which is the rejections, which is the no's, which is you feel like you're doing all this talking and, you know, people are telling you no, especially in the beginning, you know, if you get a couple of no's in the beginning, you're like, oh gosh, no, what did I do? Like, you know, all that self-doubt just comes in. What did I do? What did I sign up for? Why am I doing this again? Oh, I can just back out really easy. You know, that is just ridiculous. You know, that's just crazy. You have to really not let anything out there bother you. You have to just get your mindset so strong that things just roll right off of you. And that is, I think, is just the biggest thing I think that has helped me in this business. I don't take things personal. When people say no, I'm like, cool, you know, as long as you can stay unattached to what people think and what people say and what people are going to do with the information, you're golden. Like that's really all you need. And you just keep going and doing and inviting. That's all we're doing is sharing this information. So that book is huge. The other one is Carrie Dickey's Network Marketing, A View from Venus. That thing is like, it's like the blueprint, but written with real life examples of what to do. And I mean, it's from Carrie Dickey. She's a Pro 10 and she's just a powerhouse rock star, you know what I mean? And it's just, you know, she got no's in the beginning too. And what's funny is that she actually suggested reading The 4 Agreements as well. So when I read that book and it said that, I was like, oh my gosh, okay, that totally makes sense. I get it, you know? It's totally about mindset. The other thing that I was going to share were my screenshots, but they're not here. But I think you guys should follow on Instagram, Mutta Earth. It's the most hilarious, on point I don't even know, sayings that is really, I feel like, oh my gosh, does this girl do network marketing? Because some of the stuff she says, I'm like, how does she know? Like, she totally gets it. But it's not, these concepts and these ideas and all this mindset talk isn't just like for network marketing people, you know, it's really for everybody. And if you can adopt that kind of mentality, you can take it to the top with this company or with any company, really, if anything in life. And so I'll just share those screenshots in a text thread. Anyway, what else? Am I done yet? No, I'm joking. Lists. I write lists every day because I have a hard time focusing. I have ADHD, and I'm like, ah, all this stuff is going on, you know, and you have all these people you're thinking of and all the follow-ups and all that kind of stuff. Write it down. That's the only way that I can do this business. I have to write everything down and transfer whatever it is from that previous day to the next day and just go down my list. And that's all I do. And I just call people or text people, follow up, and that's it. You just have to write it down and do it. Write it down and do it. Not, okay, never mind, I'd rather do laundry, or I'd rather do whatever. Just get that stuff done in the beginning, and then you're like, yay, I'm done for the day. I, you know, texted my 3 people. And just do small little things every day. You know, or I mean, you can take off a day or 2 or whatever, but just be consistent with it. That's that. And I think that really pays off. In the beginning, we're farmers. We're planting seeds. That's, you gotta understand that. You are not gonna see what you posted today. That's like exactly what it is, right? You're not gonna, whatever, eat the fruit the same day that you plant the seeds, right? It's the same thing with this business. You do the little activities, the little steps, and eventually things start happening and things start changing and people start listening more. And it's really crazy that it works, you know, even when you feel like these things are ridiculous and why am I doing these things and jumping on these Zooms and whatever, you do it because it all is like a snowball effect. All these small little actions will add up. And that just comes, I guess, to the last thing, which is attend everything. Come to as much events that you can. In the beginning, it's so good to attend the different opportunity meetings to see how different people present, just to hear the information over and over. I think that's just what I did. I went to everything. I listened to everything. I jumped on every Zoom possible. I watched every video because we're new at this. You know, most of us are never have done this before, and we are learning by immersion. And I think that's what Tara Wilson says. Like, when you learn a language, right, the best way to do it is by just getting in there, and doing the business is going to all these things, even if you don't have somebody to bring to these opportunity things, you know? So come, listen, and learn, and get trained. And that's basically it. And just YOLO, you know? Don't care what people think. As long as you're sharing with your heart, you know, you're doing it and from the right place, and everything comes and everything follows after that. I really don't know what else to say, guys. The other, you know, you create your own happiness, right? You don't want to be dependent on other people to give you that happiness. You don't want to be dependent on what they say or think about you, because it doesn't matter, you know? This is your life to live here, you know? And if you're happy with what you're doing, and, you know, you set your goals and have that intention, and I mean, it happens. And so, I don't know, I think that's kind of everything I have. I was going to ask Myle to share with us, because Myle, I just love Myle's outlook on life and her positivity, and she's just a really good mentor and somebody that I look up to, and she has the greatest advice. And yeah, Myle, if you're still listening, you want to jump on and share with
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm in Ben Franklin. What else is there to say? Thank you, Nina, for being you. I think so much of this is like 90% of really who we are. And I think when people say yes, it is just saying yes to you. And I know that's why I leaned in initially, is because of who you are and the agreements that you have made to yourself a long time ago. And so the same can be extended. Can you wait? When you are getting that initial no, it's not no forever. It's no right now. It's not even no that day, because who knows what's going to happen when they walk out that door, when they get in the car, how the universe is going to speak to that person in 50 million different ways the rest of that week and the rest of that year. And what we've heard from so many other people in this business, that people come back to them 5 years later, or 50 touches later. So with that being said, when someone does say no, it's just that timing for that person and timing for this business. As we know, timing is everything for this model of business, but also I just believe in the power of timing for the people that are saying yes when they say yes, and the people that are in our team at the moment as it develops and as it grows, because you do want people to say yes when they're ready. And you don't want to be surrounded with like, okay, I'll support you. Like, I never want this to be something where people, this isn't a fundraiser. We're not selling Girl Scout cookies. We have found something that we love, that we want to share, and that's it. Like, I'm like, don't support me. And so saying yes or no isn't against me, because it's not anything I'm wanting you to do for me. I'm not saying, here, I made this, can you like support me? Like, no, this is something that's out here and it crossed my path and I'm putting it in your path, and you can pick it up and run with it when that's good for you. And I want to be surrounded by people who are picking it up and running it with it, not people who are kind of dangling it and like, I don't know. And especially for this initial time where, yeah, our personally enrolled distributors, can fit in our living room. You want all those people to have been positioned when they do say yes at the time, and respect that their time, respect what's going on in their life, and just be open to that. And remember where you were. Remember where you were when you first got texted that flyer, or when you first heard the info. We're all here super stoked, like, how can anybody like deny this or not see this? And then it's like, because we've been fed and fueled with information, not just like in one sitting, not just in one day or 1 week. For lots of us it's been months, most of us close to a year of being fed and fueled. And that's not where anyone's going to be at initially, but it is that just initial introduction. And know that when you share, everyone is pretty much doing everything they can to say, no, I don't need anything new in my life. That is the majority of the people. Like, when anyone presents you anything, you're trying to talk yourself out of like, I don't need to take even just a new route to drive home. I don't need like a new soap. I like the soap that I use. So understand that they're like doing everything they can to say no, and then trust that eventually the universe will speak little and more yeses to them over time. And with that, also know that when someone does say yes, that is gold, like the card deck demonstration. Like, they are your aces, and cherish them and treasure them and hold their hand, and don't just be like, yeah, there's another yes, okay, move on to the next, because I have my whole list of all the 500 people that I'm going to talk to. Like, they are part of the top like 1% of the people that say yes initially. Like, hold them dearly forever and ever and ever. And then the people that say no, don't let go of them, because they're gonna be there. It's just not then and there. Thank you and good night.
Thank you,
I'll go
Mylette.
back to Ben Franklin shopping.
Thank you so much, Mylette. You're the bomb. I guess that kind of wraps it up, guys. I think we hit that 20-something minute mark, and so if anybody else wants to say anything or has any questions or anything like that, you have about 5 seconds. No. Cool? Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much for jumping on. And yeah, guys, we're doing it. We're having fun, and I love you all. Okay.
Thank you, Nina. You're awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Nina. You're awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Nina and my lady, beautiful, wonderful lady.
You guys, the bomb dating.
Bomb.com. Love you.
Guys are awesome. My mommy is in the car too, loving it. Yay.
Bye. Okay, I'm going.
Okay, I'm gonna end the meeting now.
Bye.
Bye, guys.